Okay, so now that was time. Now we're up to shapes. What else do we got? We got fractions of shapes. Not fractions, no. It's fine. It's just cutting things in half or cutting things in fourths. I'm sure you can handle it. Don't be afraid. You've got me here. I'll hold your hand. Then we've got a quiz. Then we've got a unit test. Then we've got the course outline or the course challenge, and then we're done for the evening. Where are we at? We are at 1 hour. We are making pretty good time. Let's name shapes 3. The reason it's called Name Shapes 3, even though it's the first one, is because we did 2 naming shapes exercises in kindergarten. So, which shape is a square? Well, that one's a square. This is not necessarily the time to mention that squares are also rectangles, but not the other way around. That's a later thing. Which one is a trapezoid? So trapezoid's a new one, so we're going to talk about trapezoids for a second. Okay? A trapezoid, you often see it look something like this. You usually see a trapezoid look something like that. And the idea, excuse me, the idea is that 2 of the lines are parallel. And I'm going to use this arrow to denote that those 2 lines are parallel. They can, if I was to extend them both forever, they would never touch, right? And these other 2 lines are not parallel. That's a trapezoid. Imagine it like a triangle with 2 different bases, or not a triangle, a rectangle with 2 different bases, right? If I was somehow able to make a rectangle that had 2 different bases, but I had to connect them anyway, that would be a trapezoid. This one's oriented weirdly, but it's still a trapezoid. You still have 2 parallel lines and 2 lines that are not parallel. But even if you don't know what a trapezoid is, you can eliminate B because it's a triangle. And for some reason, hexagons seem to be an easy one. I don't know why, but hexagons seem to be a shape whose name a lot of students get right away. I don't know why. Which shape is a triangle? That looks like A. Which shape is a hexagon? Hex means 6. Agon, I think, means sides or something like that. Maybe it's angles. I don't remember exactly. Which one is a rectangle? Important to note that A is a rectangle, even though it isn't like flat, even though it's not laying down or straight up and down. Still a rectangle, even though it's diagonal. B is a parallelogram, but not a rectangle. Rectangles need to have those right angles. And C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so it's definitely not a rectangle. A rhombus. A rhombus is a quadrilateral. A rhombus is a quadrilateral, which means A is out. This is a hexagon. That has all 4 sides congruent. All 4 sides are the same. So I'm going to write that down really quick. Rhombus. All 4 sides are the same. We will learn later that all rhombuses are parallelograms as well, but as you can see, that looks kind of familiar. That looks kind of familiar. It looks like this is the definition of a square. But the thing about a square is squares specifically have right angles. They have to meet at perpendicular right angles, whereas a rhombus does not. What we've got right here for C is not a rectangle, but all 4 sides are still congruent. They are all the same. Congruent just means the same. So that is our rhombus. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I would be very impressed with a first grader that could tell the difference between a rectangle, a parallelogram, a rhombus, and a square. That's pretty advanced level stuff. Which shape is a circle? Well, A looks like an oval, B looks like a circle, C looks like an oval. And that's naming shapes.